forgive my sins, death will do. Gunshot, Felix shoots Mr. Shannon. Do! Blood splatters in the air, the body collapses to the ground. The rest of the gang begins their motion of pulling out their guns. Chat, do you know what time? Do! What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of our carcast. We have Coco again.
Yeah.
She's here. Oh, okay, putting her down. You good.
We brought her toy in the back. Maybe it'll motivate her to sit in the back seat more.
We'll see.
Today, we are in Los Feliz. It is my favorite neighborhood in Los Angeles. So this is a special episode. And it's also a special episode because today we're going to try something a little bit experimental. We are going to go the entire carcast without saying a single word. We're just going to drive in silence.
Oh, do you know Leonardo DiCaprio grew up here?
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Isn't that kind of fun?
I guess the experimental thing didn't work out.
Oh, I'm not very good at not talking. So I don't know like what that was about. Also, let me know if you guys like my bucket hat. I don't normally wear bucket hats.
I like it. It's
like
fun.
To know.
Makes you seem like a movie character of some sort.
I kind of think with my hair pushed back, I just look like a 10-year-old boy.
Hey, it works. It works.
I mean, I guess. Anyways, so what are we about to do today, Barry?
Well, you see, it all started with Danya. Danya came to visit us in LA a while ago, and she asked me, "Hey, Barry, you're a LA movie guy. Have you written a screenplay?" And I told her, "Yeah, I actually have written a screenplay like 6-7 years ago, back freshman year in college." And she asked to read it.
Wow.
And when we did read it, Sanam wanted to read it as well, and so we ended up reading the screenplay together at home. And we were like, oh, this is kind of fun. So we thought we'd make this episode a little bit, it is going to be an experimental episode where we go through the screenplay and kind of make remarks. Bear in mind, it was something I wrote when I was like 17, so it's trash.
No, listen, guys, I loved it. I absolutely loved this screenplay. I got so into the characters. I made up these accents and these voices, and I really got into it. Like, I think I'm gonna become an actor. Is what I'm saying.
Here's what it's about. Just by hearing what it's about, it's like sounds so silly. It's about an underground chess gang, and this lonely guy named Chet, who is like a chess prodigy, joins this gang, gets in the middle of some sort of crime, mystery, murder heist sort of thing, and a lot goes wrong. But
it is what it is.
It's an underground chess gang. Like, what is that?
Honestly, though, like, think about it. Who ever talks about a freaking, like, chess gang? Like, what is that? Coco, do you know what that is?
I was ahead of the times, actually, because Queen's Gambit's big now, but this was before Queen's Gambit. So,
True. So I think, honestly, you were up to something. You were up to something, in my opinion. Anyway, so I just happened to have the screenplay pulled up. I did not plan this at all. It is ready. I don't know. I just had it because I like to read it before I go to bed. Anyway, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of my favorite sections, some of our favorite sections of the play.
Okay. The play? It's a screenplay.
Screenplay.
It's a movie.
I apologize. I did not mean to offend you. Not...
Okay.
Not... It's not a play. It's a movie. I apologize. We're going to go through the screenplay. We're going to go through some of the sections, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Well, first of all, what's it called?
Oh, yeah. Very. I mean, you got to be the one to say what it's called.
It's called Aquarium.
Oh. Why Aquarium?
It's about feeling trapped in a box where you can see everything going around you, but you yourself can't get out of it.
Crazy.
There were some themes about loneliness involved in that.
That's deep. Yeah. All right, let's go into it. All right, we're gonna start off with the first dialogue. It comes from Terry. It says, Terry's gonna be Chet's assistant. Because as you know, if you're a famous chess player, you're gonna have an assistant to manage your schedule.
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow night is reggaeton night now. Oh, I'm the knucklehead, huh? You're killing me here. You said it was tonight. I already told Jana. She's been getting ready all afternoon for a purple skirt and everything. I was looking forward to it all day. Jana was looking forward to it all day. And now you're saying it's tomorrow? Yeah, I'm all over the place all these days. But of course I'll be there, no doubt. Right now I'm at the hotel. It's Chet's 5th round.
Oh my god, man.
Bro, am I like
it's
an
so
actor?
bad. That's good. Yeah, very good acting. Very good delivery of the lines, but the
Straight
lines
up an
themselves,
Like,
man, I feel like I just was throwing in random words. Reggaeton, chucklehead. What type of word is chucklehead?
her purple skirt and everything. Like, what is the reggaeton night? Like, what?
You know what it's from? It's because I like Vampire Weekend, and I can't remember which song of Vampire Weekend, but they have this song where it's like, with reggaeton, and that was the first time I heard the word reggaeton, and I was like, this is a cool word, and it was like a genre of music, so I wanted to throw it in there. So Terry's on his way to a party, or he has a party that night,
and his wife has her purple skirt on and everything.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
I mean, you like purple skirts?
I guess so.
All right, so some background. Chet, he's a lonely guy. Like Barry explained, Aquarium, loneliness. Chet's very lonely. Let's keep this in mind as we go through the next section. Chet, you think I'll ever meet people playing chess? You want to meet people? Throw a party after you win tomorrow. A party? Yeah, that's a good plan. Can you get people to come? What do I look like? I'm a consultant, Chet. I can help you with your chess matches, not your parties. I'll invite people to the party. Just study this game for God's sake. Second place prize money is half the champions. You leave the rest to me. We'll have the party at my place. I'll have everything arranged. Listen, if you guys have ever watched Death Note, Chet when I picture Chet, I picture L from Death Note. Just this awkward, very intelligent guy, all socially awkward. That's what I picture.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's talk about
what a lonely guy.
That is very sad. It's just a very sad scene.
I wonder if I was projecting. Like, is that because I played chess? Yeah, I guess that's some important backstory. I was a big chess nerd growing up. I went to like competitions and stuff. Mm-hmm. So and I like crime movies. So I wanted to find a way to bridge the two.
So
and I don't know if I was projecting. Like, did I play chess because I wanted to meet people? I don't know, but yeah, I mean, the party gets intense. Maybe we'll get to the party scene, but.
Yeah, oh man. So this is gonna now be... This is past the party scene. Chet breaks down. Alright? What happened is no one showed up to the party. You wanna know why? His crappy assistant didn't tell anybody. The audacity.
He was at reggaeton night.
He was at reggaeton night.
He was at the party.
And he forgot to tell people. So, for reference, Chet wins the match.
Yeah, he's the U.S. chess he's basically the U.S. chess champion. He's the best. He just won the biggest tournament in the country.
Crazy.
So this party is to celebrate it, but he threw it himself, and nobody came.
Nobody came. So now let's walk through. This is a descriptive scene. What do you call this part where they're not talking, just like the description?
Oh yeah, just like a narration.
Ah, yes. Okay. He takes off his watch and sends it to the ground, followed by a massive stomp of his foot. He takes quick, heavy steps over to the table where the cake and trophy are. A lash of his arm sends the cake flying off the table and smash onto a wall. Basically, he just destroys his place, okay? Now, panting and red-headed, Chet stands in the middle of his living room. He drops down to his couch, I can't read today, and tears roll down his cheeks. He sits for a moment and regains his breath. He opens a drawer frantically and pulls out a knife. With the knife in his hands, Chet extends his arms out. Brief pause, then a quick pull to bring it back close to his chest. Stops an inch away from contact. He can't do it. Let's talk about that.
I shouldn't be laughing. This is like an attempted suicide.
Why would you laugh at that?
Man, I'm just thinking like, I was writing some heavy stuff as a 17-year-old. I guess it's just like, would someone really kill themselves because no one showed up to their party? Are the stakes high enough?
It's more than that, right? He's a lonely guy. He doesn't have any friends. And he was like, man, this is depressing.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So, suddenly, for reference, what happens afterwards? Let's talk. Can you tell them what happens after this? Before we introduce Cosmo and Felix.
Oh yeah, so he couldn't kill himself with a knife, so he went to a store and got like a kettlebell and went to like some lake or river and tried to kill himself that way, where he ties the heavy weight to himself and then throws it into the water so he drowns. And these two random guys save himself. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, the two guys, but there's a scene though where suddenly the narration changes, right? We're talking about how Chet was trying to kill himself, ran off into the woods to attempt to throw himself in a lake. Then suddenly, we're in a different scene, okay?
Yeah, it cuts off to like an alleyway, right when he kills himself. Like we go to an alleyway, I think.
Shooter, you made a bad move, and when you make a bad move, a piece ends up dying. Behind the corner, two ragged young men are crouched on the ground against a wall. Felix and Cosmo, 16 and 18, have tear-filled eyes. Felix shakes his head. Random.
I mean, yeah, that's a nice line. What was that? Pieces end up dying?
Yeah, when you make a bad move, a piece ends up dying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you can't say it like it's like a comic book line. It's so he just killed someone. Like
who though? They're just shooter, and this came out of nowhere.
Well, it's Cosmo and Felix's father.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay.
I was 17 when I wrote this.
All right. So now we're diving into a different scene where Chet actually meets Felix and Cosmo because they try to save him from killing himself. And they ask him to do a favor. They want him to join this underground chess gang.
Yeah.
This is Chet's first time meeting the gang members. Chet, hello. Who sent you here? Hikaru Nakamura gave me the words. Nakamura, eh? You're Chet Turner, aren't you? That's right. Congratulations on your new title, Mr. USA. Tick-tock. Let's get this over with, shall we? Mr. Shannon, it's your turn to initiate, ain't it? What's going on?
Yeah, so this is the gang. This is called Alekine's Gun. That's the name of the chess gang.
Uh-huh.
And the only way for him to join the gang is by like playing chess. So he has to like play and win a match against one of the gang members to get initiated into the gang. Very, very, very cool. I know.
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. It's crazy. It's crazy how these chess gangs out here, they're getting out of control if you think about it.
Yeah.
Too many chess gangs. The youth, that's where they're going now. All right. So now, Chet is playing some games, playing with Mr. Shannon, Mr. Barrington, Mr. Dimitrov. There's a bunch of Mr. Rolf. There's like a whole crew out here. He plays a lot of games, okay? He does.
Yeah.
And in order to officially join the gang, he has to like play a game against Mr. Shannon and win. That's the initiation process. So here's after that is when the gang members can officially introduce themselves. I'm Mr. Shannon. Mr. Pickles. Mr. Barrington. Mr. Dimitrov.
What are these voices?
Mr. Wolf.
What are these voices?
I'm Mr. Horace.
Are these gangsters like are they like fish?
I can't explain what these accents are, but it's what speaks to me, alright?
Okay.
By
the way, we ended up at the Griffith Observatory.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. I meant to stay in the neighborhoods. But
that's true.
I was so engaged in this screenplay.
I mean, time flies when you're having fun. Griffith was fun, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all these gang members to introduce themselves. And now, I feel like we missed some important information that we need to tell the audience.
Like what?
Like why did Chet join the gang? Because Felix and Cosmo, the two sons, tell Chet, please join this gang. We think one of them killed our father.
Oh, yeah.
That's the goal. This is the goal of joining the gang.
That was the whole murder scene where Cosmo and Felix saw their dad get murdered. Mm-hmm. That was the whole point of like the screenplay where Chet's like on this hunt to like track down who actually killed their father because they think it could be someone part of the gang. Mm-hmm. So that's why he's joining the gang.
So that's very important.
That's true.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. So now, eventually, Mr. Dimitrov now tells Chet who killed those boys' father. All right, are you ready?
Yeah. This is the biggest. This is the worst part of the script because the whole movie you're wondering who actually killed their father. It's like a mystery. It's like who how are we gonna find out? And then tell them what happens.
Okay. Very well. Are you familiar with two young boys named Cosmo and Felix? No, not familiar at all. Have you ever once told the truth in your life? Forgive me, I tend to babble on sometimes. Of course you wouldn't be familiar with those two. They're the sons of Mr. Wickinson. Sons? That's right. Mr. Wickinson didn't voluntarily leave. We shot him down. Shot him down? Yes, he violated the rules. You were at first very worried about. He lost a tournament and he paid the price. Oh, is that so? Yes, that's the truth. Who was the one who shot him, if you don't mind my curiosity? Who? Well, the way we deal with these things is by rotation. That is rotation of Mr. Shannon exempt. Mr. Shannon, why is that? Because he shot down Mr. Wilkinson. We just know. We know.
Someone just told him, like, yep, it was Mr. Shannon.
Like, there was no, like, snooping or, like, digging to find out the answer. We just now know.
Yeah. I think it's because when I wrote it, the movie wasn't about the mystery. It was about Chet's loneliness and his battle to seek companionship. It wasn't. This was just like a sort of a minor detail, but as we were reading, I was like, man, I wanted to find out who committed the murder. We just found out just like that.
I think we had to find it somewhere. All right.
What's your favorite part of the screenplay?
Wait, we're getting to my favorite part.
Okay.
All right. So the last part. Okay, Chet now tells Cosmo and Felix, "This is who killed your father." And now they're like, we're gonna kill those dudes. And Chet's conflicted because these are now his new friends. The gang members are his new friends, but Cosmo and Felix is also his friends. So he basically ruins the plan and tells basically both sides of the parties, like warns both sides of the parties in a way. So they're both prepared for this possible shootout. Okay. Mr. Shannon. God forgive my sins, death will do. Gunshot. Felix shoots Mr. Shannon. Do. Blood splatters in the air, the body collapses to the ground. The rest of the gang begins their motion of pulling out their guns. Chet, do you know what time? No! Chet Terry gets shot. Terry falls back on the staircase and rolling down the steps. Desperado or no desperado, gunshot. Cosmo shoots Mr. Barrington. Roll! Blood gushes out from his head and Mr. Barrington head heavily smashes on the table in front of him. Gunshot. Cosmo shoots Mr. Pickens. What's this sound?
I don't know.
This is what happens when people get shot?
Don't. Yeah, I just really wanted to write like a nice bloodbath scene, and now it ends up sounding like a comedy because of these sound effects.
I literally could not stop laughing. Like,
look, man, imagine.
That's my favorite scene.
Imagine it was like directed really well, like a Quentin Tarantino film.
Yeah, like.
And you see like really nice like blood splatter effects. And,
really nice effects.
And like legitimate sounds that are. I think that's what I was going for, like exaggerated sounds, but it didn't come across.
Okay, like kind of like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
How everything's very exaggerated.
It wasn't supposed to be comedic. It was just supposed to feel like almost like cartoonish, I guess.
Okay. So earlier you told me that it's why am I reading it like a comic? But at the end of the day, you just admit it's kind of like a cartoon. It's a comic.
I know. It was my fault. It was my own demise.
What was your favorite part?
Was that the end?
Huh?
Was that the very end?
I mean, the very end. Actually, there is one more scene.
I think that's my favorite part. The very end.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the same time, all of this bloodbath is happening.
Yeah.
Chet, who set up this bloodbath, he was the one who set up this bloodbath for everyone. Terry was there too. Not the gangsters, the sons, and Terry were all there. They all killed themselves, or they didn't kill themselves. They all killed each other. And in the meantime, Chet was in his house crying.
He was crying. Chet continues to sob with his crinkled face as he scurries through the kitchen. He wipes his eyes with his arm sleeve. Now in the living room, he paces back and forth while looking all directions. Decorations are set up everywhere. Walls with banners hung up. Floor of glitter. Confetti over the furniture. Cosmo and Felix we're gonna throw a party for him after all this was over, so he is now seeing their surprise.
Yeah.
He breathes harder and harder. He then slows down his pacing. His breathing accordingly slows down. Gradually, he slows down more and more. And then, he's just standing. He falls to the couch beneath him, puffing up confetti into the air. His tears continue to roll down. And he wipes some of his arm sleeve again. Bro. After some time, he recovers his normal breathing and the redness of his face fades. Chet Turner sits alone in his living room. And a party for no one.
Yeah. I mean, I think that part really just sums it up. I mean, he...
Forever alone. Remember that meme?
Yeah,
Forever alone.
Forever alone.
That's Chet. And he did it to himself.
Yeah. And I think... I mean, we spoiled the whole movie, but in case you want to read I'll put the link to the screenplay below.
Honestly, yeah, read it. This is like 81 pages. There's more.
Yeah, I mean, the details, we skipped a lot of details, and I'm not worried about any copyright issues. Honestly, I'd be honored if someone ends up stealing the screenplay, because then I would know it was actually meant for something. But
yeah, pay us like $5 and we're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, that scene really just wraps up how, like, this guy had so many options, but he couldn't choose. He couldn't choose the companionship of Cosmo and Felix. He couldn't choose the companionship of his gangster friends. He couldn't choose the companionship of his assistant, and in the end, he ends up with nobody.
Alone. Loser. Loser.
So what do you think of that screenplay?
Honestly, I really enjoyed reading it. I thought it was funny in parts that probably weren't meant to be funny, but that is what made it so much better.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you call a good wife. She has to like it.
Yeah, I was not threatened to say these words. I mean everything I said. It was good and nice, and I liked. Yes.
But it was super fun. I mean, because I wrote this literally 7 years ago, I think, and when I was reading it last week with Sanat, I had no idea what was going on. So it was fun, sort of getting to relive my own creation.
True.
And I would encourage anyone out there who has pieces of work from the past or any sort of like gems hidden in their memories, just go uncover them. It's always fun to look back and see what you've made.
True.
And that brings us to the end of Los Feliz. My favorite part of Los Feliz actually is the part in the hills where you get to see all these really nice houses. Inshallah, we will have a house here one day. Wouldn't you like that?
Inshallah, that'd be pretty dope. Would that be mad? The houses are so unique.
Yeah, you could really see a lot of cool. Every house is like different in this neighborhood, which is one of my favorite parts about
Agreed.
LA. And this neighborhood in particular is like each one has its own story. It's not like just like a run-of-the-mill nice neighborhood where every house is the exact same thing. It's like you got each new one's a story.
Do you agree, Coco? All right, Coco. Do you want to wrap up our carcast for us?
Thank you everyone for watching and for listening to Barry's screenplay. Sana did a very good job with narrating the voices. Peace and love as always, and we will see you all next time.
Bye!
See ya.